Debonair. Okay.
If he wanted to, he would. Hear me out. I went on a date with a guy last week, and it was a good date. We had a fun time together. He's a big time lawyer. He owns 3 to 4 cars. He's doing really well in life. You guys know I'm a model. I'm new to the city. Transplant. Don't even have a car yet. Like, still building up my life out here. Regardless, I expect my date to either pick me up or Uber me to the date. That is just my standard. The first date, he was a perfect gentleman. He picked me up and everything. He calls me today for a second date. He wants to go golfing. I said, great. What time are you picking me up? He's like, well, it's out of the way to pick you up. I just recommend you Uber to me and then we can go on our date. And then I wasn't sure if he meant me Uber myself or him Uber me. So I hung up and I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm excited for Saturday, but just to clarify. He calls me up and he's like, can you clarify your text message? And I said, I was wondering what you meant by the Uber. Were you going to call me an Uber or did you want me to call an Uber for myself? And he said, I recommend you call an Uber for yourself. And I said, oh, well, since this is a date, I prefer you to Uber me or you can pick me up. And he's like, oh, well, I think you could just do it yourself. And my thing is, yes, I can do it myself, but you're asking me on a date. I expect to be taken care of. Pick me up or call me an Uber. The notion that it's too far or too out of the way for the date, it's an inconvenience for me because now I have to pay for part of this date. I have a problem with that. And when I think about it, you guys, like some women, my sister, for example, she won't even pay for an ice cream at the end of the date. And she's been dating her guy for a couple years now, but even the first few months of their dating, she refused to pay for anything. She didn't pay for anything. He was like, can't you just pay for an ice cream after dinner? And she's like, no. And guess what? She moves in with this man. They've been together for 3 years, about to get married. He picked that girl. He didn't pick the girl that was like trying to be nice and pay for her own Uber and pay for her own meal. No, he picked the girl that refused to pay for shit, refused to pay for anything for his ass, and he is in love. He's about to put a ring on it. He pays all the bills. They live together. He pays for everything. And yet, when they first started dating, he tried to play her. He was like, oh, can you just pay for this? No, I'm not paying for anything. Take it or leave it. He took it. So if he wanted to, ladies, he would. Okay, keep your standards high. That's all I gotta say.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Game for hitting the like button. And the video ain't even started yet. Y'all the realest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. Yeah, man, I'm actually conflicted with this one, man. Listen, y'all boys, man, I really, and I've said this so many times, man. Listen. When it comes to situations such as this, right, y'all boys need to realize something. If you're going to ask a woman out on a date, please understand that she's going to expect certain things, right? And like usually how I always say, yo, listen, keep your date as cheap as possible, if not free. I've said this before so many damn times, right? So in situations like this where the guy's like, oh, well, I'm going to take you out to a golfing date. All right, cool. That's cool. That sounds great. But in this example, like she said towards the beginning, he said, oh, it was on my way. This, that, and third. It's probably best for you just to Uber to me. And then we'll go from my house. It makes sense in my opinion, it makes perfect sense. Like that makes perfect sense. Like it don't make no sense for me to drive 20 minutes east just to drive 40 minutes west to the date destination. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Just Uber to me and then we'll just drive. It makes perfect sense. But from a woman's standpoint, bro, you have to understand something, man. And I'm going to have to agree with her on this because at the end of the day, you're the one that's asking her. He could have easily chose something closer, or something in the middle, hell, you know what I'm saying? Or something that's around her area. But that's what he said. Hey, yo, we're going to go out golfing, this, that, and the third. I want you to come with me as a date, blah, blah, blah. We'll just go from there. So that's going to give her, first of all, a chance to think about it and get back to you with an answer. Which again, she seems to be feeling him because if she wasn't feeling him, she wouldn't even been going back and forth. She would have just ended the conversation right then and there as soon as he said, hey, yo, you got to pay for your own Uber. But again, like I said, with that being said, I get where she's coming from. I do. I honestly do. I get where she's coming from. Because if I, and in my honest opinion, y'all, I've been in situations, right? I've been in situations where I've had chicks, excuse me, y'all. I've been in situations where I've had chicks invite me out on dates and this, that, and the third, like literally the whole 9 yards. Like females came to pick me up from my house. They came, took me out to whatever restaurant we ran out to do this, that, and the third, whatever. They paid for it and then dropped my ass back off. If you're asking me out, then ma'am, you're going to be paying. That's a fact. Or y'all can try to meet in the middle and be Dutch or whatever the case may be, but you can do, fellas, what this guy did and just be upfront about it. You know what I'm saying? And then see what happens. If she's not with it, then you make your final decision from there. Because and I think I said this before. I'm not too sure, but I'll just say it just in case. In my honest opinion, man, I believe that if you're dating a woman, you pay for the first 2-3 dates. If she doesn't offer to leave a tip, if she doesn't offer to pay for dessert or even hell, put gas in your damn car if you're driving to pick her up and take her home. If she's not offering to do any of those things for you, then 9 times out of 10, she may not be for you. She may not be for you. Because I've been in too many situations where the chick was like, oh, do you mind if I see what the bill is? I'm like, okay, the bill is like, $60. The bill is $80, something like that. Oh, okay, well, I have $15 here. You can add this to the tip. Oh, what? That's crazy. Oh, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Stuff like that, man. So you have to pay attention, fellas. Y'all boys have to pay attention to the small things like that, because I believe she said they only went on one date. I can't remember what she said. I think she said 1 or 2. But if like, say for example, this was like date number 4 and she said something like this, I'm gonna be feeling like, yo, like why am I the only one that gotta constantly fork over money? You know what I'm saying, for you? Why can't you just, you know what I'm saying? Like just look out and do the same thing for me. Like what is the problem? What is the problem? Because again, like I've always said, fellas, if a woman is really feeling you the way you think she is, or the way you're feeling her, if she's really feeling you like that, she's not going to have a problem reaching in her purse to swipe her card for the meal or for this or for that. She's not going to have a problem doing that. I need ladies to understand something. To the ladies that listen, I want y'all to understand something. Not every guy is financially stable or secure enough to be able to do all these things. In my honest opinion, I don't believe men should be dating if you're not financially stable anyway, but that's a topic for another day. But not all guys is financially stable enough to even, first of all, take you out on a date, to pick you up, drop you off, do this, do that, or do all this thing just to entertain you and get to know you a lot. Bro, it's rough out here, man. Like these gas prices through the roof, rent through the roof, property taxes, hell, mortgage, all that stuff through the goddamn roof. People don't have that that crazy flow of revenue, that crazy flow of money like how they did years prior to. Back when gas was $1.89. I remember 2 years ago. What was that? 2 years ago? I was able to shop around and find gas that was under $2. $1.89, $1.76. Yeah, I remember them days. Literally just 2 years ago when I was doing my master's. I remember them days. Yes. Gas now is $5 and $5.50. Damn near $6. That's just the way it is, man. So you cannot automatically assume just because a guy asks you out on a date that he's financially stable. A lot of guys, they're not going, first of all, they're not going to listen to me, number one. But a lot of guys is going to want to date you because they believe in their mind that they're ready, and that's cool, that's fine. Of course, I have my own opinion about it as far as having a full-time job, as far as having your own place, as far as being, quote-unquote, financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Not every guy's going to be able to think like that. Hell, I was dating back when I was 19 and broke riding the city bus. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of other guys doing the same thing, too. There's going to be a lot of guys doing the same thing, too, man. So, again, like I said, man, I have to agree with her. I mean, damn, bro, like you're the one that wants to be in a relationship, or I'm sorry, you're the one that wants to go out on a date with her. You're the one that asked, so fork over the money and do all that stuff and handle that. Like, what is the issue? If you're that strapped for cash, which I don't believe that he's that much strapped for cash, I believe it was more so a test, I guess you can kind of say, because I mean, I don't know, man. In my honest opinion, I think it would be a test, because I probably will do something like that to a chick just to see if she's willing to pay for this or pay for that, just to see where her mind at. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely probably do something like that. So I get why he did it, but at the same time, again, you have to understand where she's coming from. In her mind, it's just like me when I've had chicks ask me out on dates. If you ask me on dates, sis, you paying for all this. Facts. You ask me to do it, you paying for all that, man. That's a goddamn fact, man. But maybe y'all think differently, man. So I need y'all to comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, y'all be safe for her, cuz.